do not understand Mr. Darcy. Constantly meeting me in the park, but when he does, he has nothing to say.
Miss Bennet!
Colonel Fitzwilliam.
I've been making the tour of the park, as I do every year. Shall we take this way together?
With pleasure.
You certainly leave Kent on Saturday?
Yes, if Darcy does not put it off again. But I'm at his disposal. He arranges the business just as he pleases.
I don't think I know anybody who seems more to enjoy the power of doing what he likes than Mr. Darcy.
He likes to have his own way very well, but then so do we all. And he's rich, which makes it easier, while others are poor. I speak feelingly, I'm a younger son.
Younger son of an earl? Now, seriously, what have you ever known of self-denial and dependence? When has lack of money ever prevented you from going where you choose or procuring what you wish?
Younger sons cannot marry where they choose.
Unless they fancy women of fortune, which I think they very often do.
Our habits of expense make us dependent. Not many in my rank of life can afford to marry without some attention to money.
I wonder Mr. Darcy does not marry, for then he would always have someone at his disposal and not have to depend on you. But perhaps his sister will do as well for the present. I suppose he may do what he likes with her.
No. That's an advantage he must share with me. I'm joined with him in the guardianship of Miss Darcy.
Are you indeed? Does your charge give you trouble? If she has the true Darcy spirit, she may like to give you trouble. Oh, but you needn't be frightened. I've never really heard harm of her. They say she is a great favourite with the Bingley family.
Do you know Mr. Bingley and his sisters?
I know them a little. Bingley is a pleasant, gentlemanlike man. He's a great friend of Darcy's.
Yes. Mr. Darcy is uncommonly kind to Mr. Bingley and takes a prodigious deal of care of him.
Oh, yes, I believe Darcy does take care of him.
Mr. Darcy takes care of Mr. Bingley in those points where he most wants care.
From something he told me on our journey down here.
Mr. Bingley has reason to be indebted to him.
Darcy congratulated himself on having lately saved his friend from the inconvenience of a most imprudent marriage.
Mr. Darcy give his reasons for this interference?
I understand there were some very strong objections to the lady.
And what arts did he use to separate them?
As to arts, I only know what he told me.
And why was he to be the judge?
You're disposed to think his interference officious?
I do not see what right Mr. Darcy had to determine and direct in what manner his friend was to be happy. But, as you say, we know none of the particulars. Perhaps there was not much affection in the case.
Well, perhaps not. But if that were the case, it would lessen the honour of my cousin's triumph very sadly, don't you think?
So it was not Miss Bingley. She had not the principal design and arrangement in their separation. But Mr. Darcy, his pride, his caprice, the cause of all that Jane has had to suffer and will always suffer. He has ruined every chance of affection for the most affectionate heart in the world. There were some very strong objections against the lady. Oh, yes. One uncle a country attorney and the other in business in London. Well, that is certainly enough to condemn my sister Jane. All loveliness and goodness that she is. Her understanding excellent and her manners captivating. Well, it cannot be my father, for he has abilities which even Mr. Darcy must acknowledge.
Your mother, Elizabeth?
No. Well, I cannot believe want of sense is as wounding to Mr. Darcy's sensibilities as want of proper connections. Oh, I have a headache.
And I am quite sure when all the circumstances are fully explained to Lady Catherine, she will not be angry.